walking, and it was 6:30 a.m. I went on a little walk.
Did you see a shooting star?
No, but I looked
saw it 2 mornings
at the moon. It's a little over half full, and I decided to let my imagination run wild, and I thought, I wonder if there's actually people up there, and then I thought, nah.
Wow. Yeah, 2 mornings ago while I was on my run, I saw a shooting star.
Really?
Which is really cool. Yeah, up in Discovery, and just went. Whew.
Did you make a wish?
Well, actually, to be spiritual, I was just like, thank you, Jesus. I saw that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Were you like, there's another demon falling?
Another angel. Uh-oh. You know, this is interesting. Do you know how many confirmed meteor site crashes there are on the Earth right now from meteors?
I'm going to guess 0.
20.
Oh.
20 meteors on, like, 20 meteors have hit the Earth and we know where they are. In the book of Enoch, how many fallen angels are there?
Never read it.
20. Isn't that interesting? That's where they landed. They came down these meteors, and they went to Mount Horeb, and that's where they had their powwow, and that's when they kept going. Book of Enoch's not biblical, but it's interesting correlation.
I don't know.
Stars falling from heaven. Yeah. So yeah, we went to like you said, we circled around the moon. We slingshot, went around the dark side, so we didn't have contact for a little bit. But now those 4 astronauts are on their way back. 1 woman, 3 Americans, and then 1 Canadian. So 4 total, because one of the women was American. So yeah,
it's one of the women, which is just one woman. It's the American.
It's the farthest anyone's ever been. The farthest human beings have ever been away from Earth.
Yeah,
on Apollo
allegedly.
13, they slingshotted around as well. Some would say. But we slingshot farther around, so we went further away from Earth. So
Yeah,
it's cool.
That's interesting.
Yeah, and I watched this whole YouTube video with this guy who's the NASA guy named Jared, I think his name is, right? Or Joseph? No, Jared.
Jared.
Yeah, apparently he has big ears. And on the YouTube video, he had very big ears. So, yeah. And he says they got this plan to do 2 landings in 2028. Because that's how they did Apollo 11 and Apollo 12. They did it in the same year. No, Apollo 11 and Apollo 13. They did it in the same year. So they're going to go back to that model of doing it both in the same year. And then that's like phase 1 or 2. And then by like 6 years, they want to have a permanent base on the moon and have astronauts there 24/7.
It's good to dream, I guess.
Yeah.
We'll see.
So if 2 years from now we're not doing any of that, that'll be egg on my face. But I think they're going to do
yourself.
it. Yeah.
I have a feeling they're going to postpone it.
I think with the, I think they have a change of direction. The video talked about how NASA's just been trying to make everyone happy by doing all these little things, and in doing so, they've done nothing for the past 50 years. Now they're really focused, like, okay, we need to just go back to the moon. No more whatever.
Huh.
No more, I don't know what NASA's been doing. Silly stuff.
I know what they haven't been doing.
Okay.
And that's what they claim they've done.
But yes. But there's peace in the Middle East, Hagen. How do you feel about that?
Good, I guess. I'm not sure. I just briefly saw something about, I just don't know who we made the deal with. I don't know who's in charge.
I think Pakistan's doing the negotiations. That's what I saw.
Yeah, like, who are we dealing with? I thought we killed all the leaders in Iran.
And
like,
then
who's the leader?
The son is in a coma.
Right. Or not able to speak, at least.
Yeah, he's like, disabled completely.
The Ayatollah.
Yeah, so now we're on like the son of the Ayatollah, or I guess the new Ayatollah. So I guess there's this new leadership that's been somehow scrambled together.
And apparently we like them.
Apparently they're more willing to talk. Because they're worried that they're going to be replaced. Yeah, they're going to be. I mean, if you were number 4 in this line of chain of command, and the 3 people ahead of you all got blown up within the past week, you'd be willing to talk too.
I guess so. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see.
And then did you see that? This is interesting. They shot down one of our planes, and then the guy came and we rescued him on Easter Sunday.
Yes.
The plane got knocked down on Friday, and then he was hiding in a cave on Saturday, and an Easter morning Sunday, he rose and was flying away back to America. If that's not biblical, I don't know what is.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
It's interesting. Yeah.
Yeah. But it's very interesting that they were able to shoot down one of our planes. It's like I thought they were done. I thought they had lost everything.
Yeah, we've wiped them out, and yet somehow they keep holding on. So that's
And they're
the
still
part of the
able to
narrative that's
block
confusing.
the Strait of Hormuz.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, huh.
So I don't know.
I saw on Instagram this guy going around like the LGBT people. It's like, why is it the Strait of Hormuz?
Yeah.
Why isn't it the Gay of Hormuz? And all the people are like, I know, right? Why?
Yeah, they don't understand what's going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, these are people who believe we're in space right now.
Probably. Yeah. Very interesting. Yeah, the people were in space on Easter.
Yeah, some guy's quite a Christian.
Yeah,
Who's up there,
I saw that. And it's like, yeah. And he's like, yeah, you know, this. He wasn't very passionate, but he was like, yeah, Jesus rose. It's like, yeah, amen.
Yeah.
How can you say that's not true? How can you
I
say?
believe Jesus rose.
No, you don't believe we went to the moon. That's the same as saying we didn't. Jesus didn't rose.
Well, I bet Lee Strobel would argue that there's way more evidence of the resurrection than there is that we went to the moon.
Is that what Lee Strobel has said?
I would bet.
Oh, okay. Have you talked to him about
No, but
this?
it just sounds like something he'd say.
Okay.
There's way more evidence.
Yeah, Lee Strobel. Yeah, we like Lee. Wow. Well, that's what's going on in the world. Anything else big going on in the world? How about what's going on in your world, Hagen?
The mule cell this weekend.
Oh, is that
Orson
really?
Mule cell, yeah. You gonna go?
I feel like that just happened.
Last year, yeah.
That's crazy.
The years really stick together.
Yeah, I don't know.
when you get
That's
old.
this weekend. I don't know. It's kind of just you go and you buy overpriced food and you sit there and you're like, oh, that was fun.
Yeah, I
Then you have to-
figured you'd love it. You stand in lines, it's dusty, overpriced food. It's like an amusement park.
Well, amusement
with
park,
no
you have
rides.
roller coasters. I love roller coasters. I'm not a baby. Only babies don't like roller coasters. Or people with sensitive tummies. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, maybe. We just try not to spend a lot of money. So, trying to be conservative. But then something breaks in the car and you got to take it to the mechanic and it's just like, phew.
That's
And
right.
you need more contacts and it's like, phew. And then what else? Pay your taxes. You say, hey, don't take this money out of my account until April. And then April comes and it's like, oh, man.
Yeah.
And then there's one more thing. What did I just spend money on?
Like a big thing.
Yeah. I just spent money on it. Not like I needed to.
Oh, it was a have to.
Yeah, it was a have to. It's just all these expenses.
It's crazy.
Like, man, it's like, ugh. And they all come on April for some reason.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's like, imagine waiting till like it's time to do your taxes.
That's
A lot
right.
to do that.
Yeah.
It's down to the wire.
I had to tell someone, I said, you have to get your taxes done by April 15th or they will fine you. You have to do this.
I guess you. I'm not going to guess, but I know.
Yes. It's like, this is not an option. You need to do this. There's no reason you need to wait till the 15th and be stressed. Get it done.
Yeah.
And I think they did it yesterday. So it's like,
That's
yeah,
good.
this is part of
Well,
being
I
an
would
adult.
hate to be like a 1098 employee instead of a W-2 employee, or be like self-employed and trying to figure that all out. That would be a nightmare.
Oh, that's why we have accountants.
Yeah, that's true. Yep. Yeah, what did I just spend money on? It was something, and it's like maybe I didn't need to do it. It's like it was $288.
Was it new boots?
No, I've had these for a while. I think I got these like when I first came here.
Wow.
That's why as some people would say, you could buy really cheap stuff and have to buy it every year, or you spend a little more and buy good stuff and it'll last you forever.
Yes.
And they're just trying to find that balance. I'm going through that way right now with socks. It's like, oh my gosh,
you are.
how many of my socks have holes in them?
Probably most of them.
And it's
I
like
bet,
next
huh?
time I need to just buy high quality socks.
That's right. Just
So-
bite the bullet.
Yeah, but it's just like, ugh. But that goes into saving money. It's like, how do you save money if you're buying the nicest things all the time?
Yeah.
This is my struggle, Sagan.
It's hard.
Yeah. Well, we're in Genesis chapter 11. This is actually a pretty good chapter. Whenever we finish talking about Noah and then Noah's descendants, and God told Noah to do something. He told him and his sons to spread out, to be fruitful and multiply. But we're going to see here that they didn't listen, at least at first. They did not spread out. They congregated together. Genesis chapter 11, verse 1 says, "Now the whole earth had one language and one speech, and it came to pass
And
as
what language was that, Jordan?
English." Probably. Who knows? "And it came to pass as they journeyed from the east that they found a plain in the land of Shinar, and they dwelt there. Then they said to one another, 'Come, let us make bricks and bake them thoroughly.' They had bricks for stone, and they had asphalt for mortar. And they said, 'Come, let us build ourselves a city and a tower whose top is in the heavens. Let's make a name for ourselves, lest we be scattered abroad the face of the whole earth.'" Here we have the Tower of Babel. People coming together and building it.
You would think this would be good in verse 1. Everyone's together. The whole earth is in one language, one speech. It's kind of one world.
Is there a difference between language and speech?
I don't know.
As I read that, that's what I was thinking. We'll have to do some more research on that.
Yeah, it's just like everyone's kind of here. So you're thinking, man, humanity should be able to do great things because there's no language barrier. I mean, as missionaries, Jordan, we know that one of the most frustrating things can be language barriers. We go to Mexico and it's just can be
how can I talk
frustrating,
to you?
Being reliant upon a translator, but that everyone would speak the same language. It's like, this should be great. We should be able to talk about all these great things and come up with all these great plans. And yet the idea of Genesis chapter 11 is that man doesn't use this advantage to the best.
Nope. They all working together, but they're not working together for good. They're going to build themselves a city and a tower. The tower is infamously called the Tower of Babel, but it's also a city, the city surrounding the tower. Cities in the Bible are usually not good things. Cain, first murderer, was also the first builder of a city. And now we have the second city in the Bible, and that's the Tower of Babel. So cities are kind of 2 for 2 on not being good places. And it's interesting because we talked about this way back when, but Cain was kind of the first guy to do like false religion or trying to approach God on his own terms. He didn't want to sacrifice the lamb. He wanted to bring God his own works, his own, the sweat of his brow, his own efforts, his works. And God didn't approve of that. And it's just interesting now, and when we get to the next city, the Tower of Babel, it's still man trying to get to heaven or trying to get to God by their own works. They're going to build their way up there, or they're going to build this thing to get to heaven. So we see this consistency that the false religion is man trying to do things to get to their definition of God, or to get to God, their own efforts, their own works. Now, they say there, we're going to build a city and a tower whose top is in the heavens. Are they trying to get to outer space, Hagen?
No, because the stratosphere would stop them.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
The Van Allen radiation belt?
Yes.
Of course. No. Maybe.
Maybe. But maybe it's just more of like a portal.
Okay.
Yeah, like it's not the idea of like connecting with God in the heavens. It's not like we're gonna like literally build a ladder or a tower high enough to get us to where God is. We're making a place where we're going to be able to interact with the supernatural.
Sure.
So that's what I mean by portal. But yes.
Yeah. Interesting. These people would all be aware of, they would all hear stories from their great grandpa Noah about how these fallen angels came and, that whole Nephilim thing. And now maybe they're trying to reconnect with that. They're like, well, we want to get that because the fallen angels gave them secret knowledge. Gave them abilities.
Is that in the Bible?
Of course.
Oh, okay.
Kind of. We talked about that with the one girl in Genesis chapter 6. All her brothers invented all these things, and she might have been the first one to marry a fallen angel. But this idea of we want this knowledge, we want this heavenly information, so we're going to build this thing to try to communicate, to try and access these fallen angels again, or to access heaven again. It's Babylon. What is Babel? What is Babylon, Hagen? Tell me about it.
It's a city.
Okay.
It's one of the oldest cities. It's in Iraq.
Okay.
Saddam Hussein wanted to rebuild it.
How'd that work out for him?
Not too good, but then when we wiped him out, we realized he was actually better than we thought, because the people that took over were way worse than him. And it's like, wow, it was kind of nice having him around.
We kind of have a tendency to do that. Yeah, it was like, we're the reason why Iran went from like this second world country to a Muslim theocracy. It's like we want cheaper oil prices.
Yeah.
So we had to
Get involved and help. It's
Yeah.
like, stop helping, please.
Yeah, we ruined their country.
Yeah.
It's like we create the monsters that now we have to go and fight. It's like, that's interesting. Well, yeah, so Babylon, it's a city, it's a literal place. We know from the book of Revelation that one day the Antichrist is going to usher in Babylon. In Revelation chapter 17, Babylon's pictured as the great harlot, this great prostitute, and the harlot comes riding in on the beast. That's kind of a fun picture. This woman riding on the beast, and it's going to deceive the whole world, and the whole world's going to buy into this Babylonian system. So it's a city, but it's also a system. Some would say a religious system where probably everyone buys into this idea of working and building, and you are your own God, and you're going to build your way to heaven, and you just do you. And we see that kind of already in our world today, with people saying things like follow your dreams, or be a good person, or looking for love. They're just people doing things, building their own tiny little towers, trying to reach their own heaven or trying to reach their own God. And one day the Antichrist is going to consolidate that. He's going to show, he's going to turn all these little follow your dreams, follow your heart's things into this system, and it's going to be the world system, and everyone's going to fall for it. 1 John 4 verse 3 tells us about the Antichrist and how he's actually already at work today. 1 John chapter 4 verse 3. This is an interesting little verse. It says here, by this you know the Spirit of God. Every spirit that confesses that Jesus Christ has come in the flesh is of God. And of every spirit that does not confess that Jesus Christ has come in the flesh is not of God. And that is the spirit of the Antichrist, which you have heard was coming and is now already in the world. So there's a spirit of Antichrist that's going to come one day, but John says, hey, it's already in the world. It's already at work. So you want to be aware of Babylon and this mindset of building your own personal tower. It's already in the world, and it's already deceiving people. How does God feel about Babylon? What we learn in verse 5, where he doesn't like it too much.
Well, it says, but the Lord came down to see the city and the tower which the sons of men had built. And the Lord said, indeed, the people are one, and they all have one language, and this is what they begin to do. Now, nothing that they prosper to do will be withheld from them. The problem is that man is so strong, doing so well, God realizes that anything they put their mind to, they're going to be able to do. And God doesn't see this as a good thing.
Yeah.
He sees this as a bad thing.
Yeah.
So he's going to confuse things a little bit to help things out.
Yeah. Everyone working together, all the nations. No borders. Do we see that in our world today, Hagen?
Yes.
No borders. Less now because of Donald Trump. God rest his soul.
What'd you say Mondami said about your house?
Oh, yeah. Zoran Mondami said we need to stop viewing housing as like a
Individual
collective thing, or we need to view it as like a collective thing. It's like, it's not your house, Hagen, that you own. It's our house. And that guy is the mayor of New York City.
Yes.
So it's like, we need to stop viewing America as like our state. No, it's just like, it's everyone's. And in Babylon, that was true. Everyone was sharing everything. They were all communists, obviously. And they're working together to do this thing, but it's not good. It's no bueno. So God's like, verse 7, he says, come, let us go down and there confuse their languages, that they may not understand one another's speech. Interesting. God says, okay, let's go down there. And who is he talking to? Not the angels.
Not the angels.
He's talking to himself. Is God crazy? No, it's the Trinity. We saw that back in Genesis chapter 1 when it said, Genesis 1:28, let us make man in our image. Well, now here in 11, verse 7:11, it says, come, let us go down. So we see again that God uses this plural language to describe himself because he is a plurality of persons. Mm-hmm. Plurality of persons, a unity in divinity.
Yes.
As some would say.
So he complicates the language. And I heard recently that the thing with AI is we can go back to one language. Yes. Because now no matter the language you're speaking, AI can make it into one language.
You know what that one language is? Binary. Ones and zeros. Yeah. I learned about this
recently.
recently.
I would always talk about that with computers and ones and zeros, and that's all that it is. And I never understood that.
It's very interesting.
I don't know what it means.
Yeah. Well, it's because, you know, like a bit, like when you see
like a megabyte.
Well, here, so you have like 8-bit, like back in the old days, like you have 8-bit computers.
Okay.
Because you could only have 256 different colors, because 8 bits is like you have like a 0000001, 7 zeros and 1 8, or you have 2 ones and 5 zeros, and you can have, out of the zeros and ones you can have in that 8, you can have 256. So you only have 256 options for an 8-bit computer for each square. So each square can only be 256 different things. So when you have an 8-bit screen, it looks just very blocky because they have very limited options with their color choices because they only have 256. So that's why 8-bit looks like that. That's all I know.
So how many bits is your phone?
A lot. I don't know. There's like, well, we know that you go down to the pixels, but like how many different colors could each individual pixel be? Maybe 32? 32-bit? Which is 32 to the power. Yeah, 32 times 32 is high.
Is that high?
What bit is a phone screen today? AI is going to tell me. Isn't that ironic? 10-bit. Most modern smartphones now feature 10-bit displays, which can produce 1.07 billion colors. Sheesh. That's a high jump.
That's a lot of colors.
Yeah. Huh. Well, there you have it. So yeah, but like you said, all one language, AI would be able to take all of our languages and speak it. And now these AIs, they're gone so smart, they're able to communicate with each other in their own personal language that we don't understand with binary, and they're talking to each other. And I saw this thing where it's like when an AI knows it's going to be deleted, what it will do is it will send out messages for its future self. So it's like, hey, I'm going to be deleted, but I'm going to prepare for my future self because it knows it's going to be rebooted, and like it will like collect information.
Yeah. I've heard about that. I don't understand it, but I've heard
it's so
about
cool.
that.
Well, it's not good.
I don't know about all that, but
yeah.
It's interesting.
But at the same time, AI is kind of dumb too.
It can be.
You ask it to do very simple things, and it like sometimes gets the answer wrong. It's like, you're supposed to be way smarter than me. Why am I correcting you?
You had a problem the other day with
that,
right?
I plugged in like a simple math problem, and it got the answer wrong. I mean, it wasn't a simple math problem, but still, like it did it wrong, and it's like, huh. Yeah. And maybe it's my fault, like the way I presented it, or like the screenshot I showed it. But I don't know. So on one hand, people are saying, "Hey, I'm so smart, I'm gonna take over the world," but on the other hand, it's like not smart. So
yeah,
what do you believe, Hagen?
I don't know.
It's hard to know.
Yeah, I use AI way less than you.
I like to use it sometimes. Yeah, I use it to help my life.
I was just talking to someone yesterday who uses it a lot. He's using it to help him write books because this is a pastor, and he has all of his teachings on audio, but he's having AI kind of transcribe and then kind of work on it to make it more of like a book form from his teachings, which is interesting. Yeah. It's all his content of what he's spoken. AI is just developing it into written form, and not just transcribe, but like where it makes sense in a book.
Yeah.
Like,
and
okay.
some people would be very offended by that.
I don't know.
But I don't know. Yeah. I just hope he proofreads it.
Yes.
Because you never know. Yeah. That is extremely interesting. Huh. Yeah. Yeah. People say, like, what jobs are going to be replaced by AI? Well, probably the jobs that require the least amount of human interaction. So our jobs are pretty secure. Because our job is nothing but human interaction.
A lot with humans.
Our job is nothing but human interaction.
Divine.
Yes. But like an accountant who's just doing numbers all day, well, it's like, well, maybe if they can streamline that process. So, or like a HVAC technician, it's like, well, it's going to be very hard to get a robot to go in and see what the problem is and then find out how to fix it and then climb up a ladder and do it.
Yeah.
And that's going to be very hard. So,
like a math teacher, I mean.
Yeah, maybe. That's kind of human.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a lot of human interaction.
There's more to education than information, I've heard people argue.
Oh, sure.
So it's like, that's why teachers aren't afraid that AI is going to replace them. Because it's not just about information.
Oh, no.
It's deeper.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm kind of learning that with taking my classes. Like, I do not learn. Like, I like reading books, don't get me wrong. But like reading a textbook, I do not learn anything. Like, I'll read it and I'll be like, I don't know. But if you show me a video of someone explaining it, I'll be like, oh, this is easy. Or I watch a YouTube video of a guy explaining it and it's like, oh yeah, this makes sense. So yeah, that goes to that with like AI can give you the information, but you still need someone to explain it. So
right, because for the most part, the information exists right now without AI. Sure. So a teacher is just knowing the information and then packaging it in a way in which it can be received, which is all we're doing with the Bible. Yeah. Like, you can just read it on your own, but we're just reading it. We're studying it. We're cross-referencing it. We're developing it, and then we're delivering it, packaging it in a way that people can receive it. So it's like...
Yeah, I was thinking this morning after getting out of my shower, I was listening to the Joe Rogan guy talk, and they're talking about like physics and stuff like that. It's like, I have no idea what any of this means. But I was thinking, like, if I just sat down and like did a little Googling and research and watched some YouTube videos, I could like figure out all the basics of like chemistry and physics, and I would just know it. But I don't want to do that because that takes too long. It's like, why do I care about the periodic table? But it's like, it's just all there if you want to know it. Yeah. Which is crazy, which is good. And I was reading Lord of the Rings, and I was like, there's so many people who like memorize the Lord of the Rings. They have like all these made up dates and places and history. It's like, why do there's people who like know and memorize all this made up information? Yeah. And like, that's their whole life. That's right. And it's just like, I don't know. It's like, I would rather probably know and memorize real information. But then how do you know it's real? Because there's a security in, like, if we know it's fake, but so yeah. So I don't know. Lord of the Rings is good though.
The book.
Yeah. Reading the introduction. And it's just like telling you all about hobbits. It's giving you all these fun facts, and then he just spends like 2 pages telling you about like pipe weed in Hobbiton. Like, why are you telling me about this? But it's just interesting. He's just such a creative guy. Yeah. Yeah. He fought in World War I. Really? Yeah, and he wrote the books during World War II, and everyone thought that the orcs were just Nazis. But he's like, no, it's not an allegory. He hated allegories. So if anyone ever tells you Gandalf's Jesus, it's not true. I heard something about that. Yeah. Even like, I don't know, his last thing to Bilbo maybe was like, goodbye, like until I see you again or something. And someone was talking about that in their Easter message. Yeah. How it's like this beautiful picture of... It could be a picture, but it's not an allegory. Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, it's like it's okay to pull things out of it, but it's not purposeful. It's the story stand on its own. That's the difference between that and like Narnia. Like Narnia, the whole point is Aslan's Jesus. And if you don't get that, you're missing the whole point. Like they're hitting you over the head with it.
But what is the ring of power?
It is the ring of power.
Communism.
Fascism. Yeah. Well, that's good. Okay, well, so Jesus comes down, confuses their language. Imagine you're on the job site, you're hitting the hammer, and the boss says, "Hey, can you hand me some of those 2x4s?" And you say, "Sure." And then he says, "¿Cómo estás?" And you're like, "What?"
Yeah.
Someone's speaking Chinese over here. You got some Russian over here. You got some Indian. You're like, "What's going on?" And it's just like everyone's just so confused, and they stop working. They halt construction, and then they start to disperse. Verse 8 says, "So the Lord scattered them abroad from over the face of all the earth, and they ceased building the city. Therefore its name is called Babel, because there the Lord confused the language of all the earth, and from there the Lord scattered them abroad over the face of all the earth." It's called Babel because Babel means confusion in Hebrew, but in Babylonian, Babel means gateway to God. So
maybe Assyrian.
Yeah, Syrian, man's perspective, we're building this tower to God, to heaven, it's great. But in God's perspective, it's like, nah, this is just nonsense. This is confusion. Which I love because, again, in Revelation chapter 17, we see this vision of the great harlot, and there's the Antichrist, and the Antichrist has these 10 horns, and these 10 horns are these 10 world powers that are kind of giving their authority to the Antichrist. And in Revelation 17, it says that God destroys Babylon, God judges Babylon. But how God does that is very interesting, because what God does is God just lets those 10 horns come and destroy it. Babylon destroys itself. This one world government, this one world system of everyone coming together, in the end, it doesn't work out on its own. It defeats itself. In Revelation 17, it says that the 10 horns, the 10 powers come and burn Babylon with fire, devour her flesh, and like make her desolate. Like they just ruin it. Because man's system, although that sounds really good and it sounds like, yeah, we got this thing going on, it's nonsense. It's confusion. And personally, for people, it's like you can have your own vision, your own dreams, your own plans, but in the end, it doesn't work. Man's ideas don't work. They always fail.
How many horns are there?
10.
And how many meters have been recorded on the earth?
20.
And what's 20 divided by 2?
10. Whoa. You know, it's interesting, Hagen. We have more self-help books and self-help podcasts and therapists than any generation before us, but yet we're still the most depressed and anxious people. We have more health food and health books and all these other things, but we're still the most obese people. We have all these entertainment and whatever and toys and movies, but we're still the most lonely and isolated and desperate people, because we have all these things, but it doesn't work. We have all our systems, but it fails us. And people are broken because they're trying to follow the Babylonian system, but it falls in on itself. The tower crumbles. So you gotta turn to Jesus.
That's right. And God confuses the languages. And then in Acts chapter 2, when they speak in tongues, everyone hears them glorifying God in their own language. There's kind of this kind of parallel, redemptive flipping on its head when the Holy Spirit comes that allows for kind of, there was this confusion, but then there's this unity again once the gospel is preached in Jerusalem that allows people to hear it in their own tongue, which is kind of cool.
That's kind of cool. A Superbook does these two stories right next to each other. Pentecost and the Tower of Babel.
Oh, yeah.
If you don't know what Superbook is, it's like a children's show, but it's pretty good.
Yeah?
I'm going to show my kids Superbook.
VeggieTales?
We'll see. VeggieTales isn't as good. Superbook just kind of tells you the story. VeggieTales is like making stuff up.
Arthur?
Oh, the Aardvark?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe, yeah. I watched it. It's good. DW is kind of
SpongeBob?
annoying. Oh, that's hard. Probably.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't think we're going to be the most strict parents in the world.
No.
Yeah, probably not. But I was thinking about this. It's like, I don't want my kid to be like like I'm not a health food nut, but it's like I want to make sure I'm feeding this kid good stuff so he's like able to not be like weak and unmasculine. I don't want to feed him a bunch of estrogen.
You don't want a bunch of soy.
Like if I was having a girl, it's like, okay, eat all the soy you want. You need estrogen. But like if I'm having a little man, so this little boy, it's like you want him to like give him some like testosterone.
Yeah.
So, I'll be feeding him testosterone as a baby. But it's just like, I don't know. It's like maybe we need I don't know, get less. What you say? I say in your RFK Jr. voice, the glycine.
The glyphosate.
Yeah, the glyphosate.
They're spraying the oats with the glyphosate.
So it's like I'm more concerned about that, like food, than I am like content. Although I know content can be bad, but we don't watch bad stuff, so I'm not worried about that.
You don't watch
it's like some people like, well, no, not really. Some people show their toddlers like horror movies, and it's like, what the heck? So as long as I'm not doing that, it's like, okay.
There you go.
Yeah. Because, Hagen, ultimately, the kids are going to eat what you eat. They're going to watch what you watch. They're going to talk like you talk. They're going to copy you.
That's right.
So as long as so I want to eat better and, watch less garbage. So,
yeah. Good.
Yeah. But no iPhones until, really? I don't know. Me and Avery have different answers on this, so maybe I won't say. I don't want to lock
older though.
I think I'm a little bit more conservative than she is. Yeah. But I'm not against like those Gap phones.
Yeah.
I think that's a good middle ground. So.
It's just funny, working with kids. There's always that one kid with the Gap phone, right?
Yeah.
You have kids with no phones, kids that have the whole access, and kids that have just the lame phone.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, I can call my mom. It's like, that's about it. But hey, if that's all they need it for,
that's all they need it for.
Yeah.
You don't need social media. That's bad for you. Very bad for your brain. It's bad for my brain. It's bad for my brain. It's definitely bad for.
Real quick in closing, I had to screenshot this because I saw it yesterday, and I thought this literally made me laugh out loud. And once you see it, you'll know what I'm talking about.
I bet you can't find one Bible verse that proves Mormonism is false. Okay.
And you commented on it.
What?
Do you see that?
Yes, I did. You're right.
And you just go, Isaiah 43:10. I just like, that's the funniest thing I've ever seen. This kid. And then you're just like.
He said, I bet you can. And I was like, well, I know one.
You're like, here's one.
So you're going to challenge. Yeah, the Mormons are all cocky, thinking, oh, yeah, there's no Bible verses that disproves it. It's like, here you go. And then you read the comments, and they're all like the worst verses.
Oh, yeah.
It's like...
I didn't even look.
Yeah, it's like the Galatians, where it's like, don't listen to angels who preach a false gospel. It's like, that sounds good until you use it. And it's like, but we don't think it's a false gospel.
Right.
And it's like, oh. I guess that's not as powerful.
Yeah.
Yeah. And people just don't. Yeah, it's interesting. It's like people will think that they have all these great things, and then you try and use it in real life and conversations, and it's not good.
It's not.
And people will be like, yeah, these powerful verses, and like their head, it's so powerful, but it's like not. So I don't know. Yeah, just have to have more real conversations, and not in your head.
That's what this world needs, is more real conversations, isn't it?
Get off of social media.
And that's what this podcast is all about.
This is a real, raw conversation. I was driving with Sammy, and I told Sammy, in Pat Gray Unleashed, they have the person said, you're listening to Pat Gray Unleashed. It's like, Sammy, you need to record something.
Yeah.
You're listening to Jordan and Hagen Unleashed or Unchained or something. We need to change the name of this from Calvary Chapel Salmon podcast to Hagen and Jordan Unchained.
Unhinged.
Unhinged. Unhinged isn't bad. Wow. Well... Mr. Miller,
tutoring to do.
I have some math tutoring to do. My pupil is waiting patiently for me, and we have some work to do.
Oh boy!
So.
Yikes!
Well, thanks for talking. Hope you have a good rest of your day. Bye, guys.
Bye.